Tons of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about, believe it or not, the Beatles, the band War, that Ozzy Osbourne box set, and some cancellations. All that and more coming up on Friday Night Vinyl. All right, 33ers, how the heck are you doing? I typically raise a glass and give a cheers, but I'm not doing it today because the rocks glasses I typically sell are sold out. I actually had to refund a few people last week, so my apologies. They are sold out from the supplier, so as soon as I get those back, I will put them back in the store. The Ozzy Osbourne box set, that's See You on the Other Side version 2.0. Man, I am so disappointed. I actually ordered 2 copies, both of them through Amazon. And deep down, I had a feeling that those orders would not be fulfilled because there was such high demand for them. I ordered one, and then the next day, I figured I'd order another one just for the heck of it. It was the first day the pre-sale went up on Amazon. Then I got 2 notifications this week that they were both canceled. So I'm disappointed. I wanted at least one of them. I figured if I had 2, my chances of getting one would increase, but no. I'm hearing some other people had their orders canceled as well. So, yeah, if you got yours canceled, let me know. Maybe we can kind of have a group therapy session because I was really excited about it. I probably should have ordered it through Ozzy's website, but I did it through Amazon just to save on shipping. So, my bad. All right, let's talk about some records. First one I want to show ya. This is a band, believe it or not, they weren't even on my radar like 6 or 12 months ago. But then Rhino sent me some of their records to review, and I totally got into them. And then Rhino sent me this one to review as well. This is the band War, live in Japan in 1974. And War is a funk band. They're best known for this song. You've probably heard it, Why Can't We Be Friends? But their catalog is really deep, really awesome. So here's the cover. There you see the band. There's the back. It's a 2 LP set. And here is the gatefold. Got some images. We got some words. And I'll show you the records here. And I'm going to tell you about this because, man, you got to check this record out. So beautiful pressing, polylined inner sleeves, always a nice, I was going to say a nice bonus. It's not really a bonus. It should be expected that records come in polylined sleeves. Beautiful pressing, beautiful pressing. This record, I was talking about it before. What did I call it? A delicious or a funky slice of funk. The funkiest slice of funk from Funktown. I think that's why I referred to this earlier. The funkiest slice of funk from Funktown. This is so good, man. This is, I guess, found audio of War live in Japan in 1974. And this is so funky, so groovy, so infectious. And I assume, because this is a lost tape or whatever, that this is pretty much authentically live, right? With minimal overdubs. I don't see how they could do overdubs. So good, man. The World is a Ghetto, Cisco Kid. I wish I had heard of War years, if not decades ago. But I'm so glad to finally have this album. If you're into kind of that funky music, if you're into just amazing musicianship, check out this record. It is that good. I highly recommend it. It came out, as I said, on Rhino Records, War, live in Japan, 1974. I don't talk about the Beatles a ton on this channel. I'm not the world's biggest Beatles fan, but I do want to talk about this. This is probably one of the most important records in my collection. I actually did a YouTube short about this a couple weeks ago, which you may have caught. If not, I'm going to catch you up now. But this was my mom's original pressing of Meet the Beatles, which I believe came out in 1964. So she would have got it when she was like 16 or 17 or something like that. And this record has seen better days. When growing up, our house, the basement had some water issues. Some water got in there and damaged a bunch of my parents' records, and this was one of them. But I've held on to this for years, man, just because of the sentimental value and the importance of this record, right? My mom was passionate about music, and her passion got me into music. So I kept this record because it's so important. But I always wanted a better copy of it. So I finally got this. This was part of that reissue series that came out in 2024. I believe the 60th anniversary of the record. This is the mono reissue and pretty much a faithful reproduction of the original. You can see them side by side. Even the small stuff on here, like on this one in the top corner, it says file under the Beatles pop rock vocal group. See small text. This one here has that same small text. File under the Beatles pop rock vocal group. Just that attention to detail that I think is really cool. There's the back. Identical. Hype sticker here says the Beatles are coming replica, as you can see, replica of the original mono US album release. Analog cut from the original master tapes on 180 gram audio file vinyl. Includes an insert featuring an in-depth essay on the history of the album. Okay, what do we have in here? We have the insert. There's looks like an image of the original tapes. We got a gatefold one side and the other with information on the album. Some information on the album, which is cool. It also came with a replica of the original custom inner with some, what I assume is some other new releases from back in 1964 or whatever. I love on the old albums from the 60s, you always had information about how to care for your record. And this one talks about the importance of changing your stylus or your needle because they'll preserve or extend the lifespan of your record collection. I love those small little details. And here's the records on the I was going to say Columbia, on the Capitol label. Again, polylined inner and a beautiful pressing. So I'm happy to have this and to finally have a version of my mom's original record that I can actually listen to. So if you haven't heard this album, I've heard from other people that this whole series of reissues they put out last year are all phenomenal. And I can attest to the fact that this one sounds excellent. Next up, this is not a record I recently picked up. I've had this for years, but I want to talk briefly about Frank Marino because I do think he is one of the most underrated guitarists of my lifetime. Frank Marino was popular in kind of the mid to late 70s. He actually got pretty big, touring on some pretty big bills across North America, and then he just dropped off the radar. But at the time, people were hailing him as the reincarnation of Jimi Hendrix. And I mean, no one can be the reincarnation of Jimi Hendrix, even metaphorically, because there's only one Jimmy. But Frank Marino was so good. This is one of my favorite Frank Marino albums. He is from Montreal, Canada. He's Canadian. And he sporadically continues to put out new music, but my favorite albums from him is probably my favorite Juggernaut, and my other favorite one is Tales of the Unexpected. I had to quickly look it up because I had a brain fart. My other favorite one is Tales of the Unexpected. Juggernaut and Tales of the Unexpected should be essential listening for anyone into 70s rock, 70s guitar gods, Hendrix, that kind of stuff. So good, so good. So if you're looking for something to listen to this weekend, if you're not familiar with Frank Marino at all, by the way, he was a huge influence for Zakk Wylde, who was Ozzy Osbourne's guitar player. The first time I heard about Frank Marino was a kid reading Guitar Magazine or Guitar for the Practicing Musician, and Zakk Wylde was talking about how he worshipped at the altar of Frank Marino. So I'm glad I finally had a chance, like a decade ago, to finally get into Mr. Marino himself. So highly recommend it. Start with Juggernaut, check out Tales of the Unexpected, and then dive into his discography, man, because you won't regret it. All right, 33ers, what are you spinning this weekend? What have you purchased in terms of music lately? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. Until next time, keep on spinning.